All right, gang, STAT 1800. More in getting started with the class. Since the introductory video, I've added a folder titled Creating My Stat Lab Account. Again, I still don't have this link working. I have no earthly idea what's going on there, but it's really easy. Just mystatlab.com and you're going to get there. All right. Now, if you have now listen very, very, very carefully. Uh, if I really stress something, it means it's happened time after time after time after time after time. This is one of those examples, or one of those cases. Uh, if you have an existing MyStatLab account or a Pearson account, you can just log into it through sign in. Now, if you create a new account, if you see some reason that you want to create a new account, and just a FYI, you don't have to set your account up with your Shawnee account. You can use a Gmail, Yahoo, whatever you check most often. Use that email account. But anyway, if you have one, sign in. If you create another one, you'll go to the student link. Now, what happens a lot of times is students will create two accounts and they'll forget their password. I hate to be so blunt, but you're on your own when that happens. It's between you and Pearson. You still got to get your stuff in on time, or you'll have the due date, the penalty, the 50% penalty assessed. So it's just up to you to keep it in the notes in your phone, to keep it somewhere where you know how to access my stat lab for this class. So that's your responsibility. Now, if you go back to Blackboard and look at creating a My Stat Lab account, you'll see, wow, that's large. All right, anyway, I've put some what I think are pretty much dummy-proof instructions here. So go to this link. It's not clickable. This is an image, so you can't click it. You don't need to click it. Just go to My Stat Lab, just like I showed you right there. Under registration, select student. Confirm you have the information you need, which you do. It's right there. Enter the course ID, which is Darbro 65174. See if I can type. And then you see me over there. That means you are now linked to the course that you need to be linked with. My course, our course. Now you're either going to sign in with your Pearson account, your username and your password, or you're going to create an account. Now, once you do that, you're going to, select create, again, whichever you decide. Again, if you've already got an account, why not use it? If you want to create a new account, then create a new account. That's just up to you. The sixth thing is enter the access code. You got to be very, very, very careful typing this in. My stat lab cannot read your mind. And by the way, these are O's and not a zero. So type that in very carefully. You're done. You're going to be linked to my class. All is well. Now, what are you going to see? Let me log in and show you what you'll actually see. This girl back here cracks me up. She's having, well, they changed the banner, don't they? She was having way too much fun in a stats class, right? Actually, stats can be pretty cool, I do have to say. Now, obviously, your dashboard is going to look different than mine, but I can see there are already 4 students who are enrolled, so cool. So let's click this. And then you get a lot of stuff on the left side. Some of it is relevant, some of it is not relevant. Now, I don't think you see this stuff down here because this is where I navigate everything. But what you will do is you will go to assignments. and you'll see that the first assignment has been uploaded. So just click it. Let's say you want to start on question 7, whatever, question 1. Question 7, just click it. It's running extremely slowly for some reason. So, question number 7 gets into categorical data, calculating frequencies and percentages. Really easy stuff if you've watched the instructional videos. Once you're done with it, choose another question, whatever. Just make sure you, for this one, is just getting into the type of variables that we encounter. Is it quantitative? Is it categorical? Is it continuous, discrete? Again, watch the instructional videos and I teach you all of that stuff. Now, along the way, there will be grades. Let me show you from my end of it. There will be grades for the discussion forum post. So I will export. If you remember from the first instructional video, there were these discussion forum posts that were due. So what I'll do is I'll take the grades from Blackboard, import them over here, and change your scores. So you'll have the best indication of your current grade will be in my stat lab. Now, please pay close attention to what I'm going to tell you. My stat lab, the way that it does the weighting is extremely goofy. It's just downright wacky. I do my best to overcome that, and so the grade that you see is as accurate as possible. But I will tell you, the grade that you see on my stat lab slightly underestimates your current grade in the class, most usually. So just keep that in mind. And as I say that, I have seen places where it actually overestimated. So it gives you a pretty good indication of your grade. But it's not perfect. So again, that discussion forum post 1A, you don't do that in my stat lab. That's done back here under discussions that I showed you earlier, right? You work the problem. First one is discussion forum post 1A. An absent-minded professor is teaching a stats class with 5 students. He forgets one of the core grades and only has the other 4. Help the student determine what the 5th student scored. Work it out on a sheet of paper. Click this. Create a thread. Type your name. Take a picture of your document. Browse your local files to find it. And hit submit and upload it. Then I go in and grade it, and then I take that grade and export it to my stat lab. All right. I think really that's one more thing. And student gradebook is right here. I'm not going to click that because some students have already signed up so I don't think anybody's done anything yet. We'll also use, so I don't want to show that for that reason. We'll also go to StatCrunch. StatCrunch is super cool if you will allow me to teach you StatCrunch. Now, so many people put up a roadblock, right? They just shut down. It's something new. I don't need something new because I've got my graphing calculator, and that's the way my 7th grade high school or my 11th grade high school math teacher taught me, and I know how to do it with that, and I don't want to learn anything new. If that's your mindset, you need to drop my class because it's just not going to work. I'm going to teach you ways in StatCrunch that are infinitely easier than using your graphing calculator. Now, you're still going to use your graphing calculator to add, subtract, divide, and all that, but StatCrunch has so many features that and sometimes right here we'll have like data sets from your textbook, which will bring up data sets. Let's see, I got to sign into this. This is always annoying. All right, so some data sets. I don't know, whatever you want to look at. Look at some card details. and it'll give you a data set. Now, typically, that's not the way you're going to access your data sets in StatCrunch. Typically, what you're going to do is through the, let's go through the assignments. Let's see if we can find a question that has, I think question 4 does. Yeah, there you go. So we have some data right here, right? So what I can do is I can go right there and click that and open it up in StatCrunch. And there's your data. And you can do stuff with it. You know, you're like, well, I don't know how to do this. Well, you're not supposed to know how to do this. It's my job to teach you that. So you go to Stat, I'm sorry, you go to your Stat, Summary Stats, go to Columns, and click the variable, and just, what do you want? You want the mean, and you want the standard deviation, the variance, and you compute it. Okay, it's right up there. So much easier. And again, I show you every single step of how to do things with StatCrunch. You don't have to come into this class knowing anything about StatCrunch other than to be open to allowing me to teach you how to use StatCrunch. And again, if you remember from the first video, I said keep a notebook. Well, that back maybe 4th or 20%, have it designated just for StatCrunch. Like if I need to find a confidence interval, what do? Well, you're going to learn. You go to Stat, and depending on the confidence interval that you want to use, whatever you choose what you need according to the type of problem you have. I teach you that. You just have to watch instructional videos and give me an opportunity to teach you how to use StatCrunch. The thing I like about StatCrunch too is some of you may be on your way to grad school, and if you are going to get an MBA or something in a business-related field, economics, you're probably going to use SPSS. I think StatCrunch mirrors SPSS very closely. It's very, very similar. All right, gang, that's all I have here. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Take care.